And we're back after stage 4 on our mega batch. Let's wash some barrels out and we'll look at the rocks. We'll start off again with these two, and they're looking really nice. Again, we're getting a good even polish all the way around, which is what we're liking to see. This chunk is still holding on here, and like I said before, on these finer grits, that tends to happen. You're not usually losing a whole lot of mass once you get into the later stages, but they're looking really good. Our little druzy pockets are hanging in there too. See that stuff catching the light? They both still stand up on their own, so that's good. Looks like there's a chip wanting to come off there, but overall looking really nice. Let's hold this one up into the light. That's looking really good. Still looks a little dirty. I'm sure after stage 5 it'll really start to shine really bright. Those two are looking really good. Here's our two slabs we've been looking at. And the saw gouge on this one, you can still feel it, but you can't see it, and it's certainly, well, maybe you can see it just a little bit if it's in the right light, but it's definitely gone down quite a bit. The polish on this one is looking really nice, even on the edges. Not a whole lot is getting into here, but that's kind of expected. Definitely got some cracks. That even looks like it might be a chunk of wood right there. That's really interesting. But overall, this one's looking really nice. Pretty happy with that after stage 4. And this one too, same thing. We got a big saw gouge in here, and you can see it very faintly, but it's starting to get rounded out nicely too, and I'm sure that the tumbling media and the stage 5 grit will take care of that. And this hole right in here seems to be getting wallered out just a little bit, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Same thing up here too. That's all right. Getting rid of some of that just normal, not fun to look at material, so that's okay. And these two are looking really nice. Happy with how they were turning out so far. And this one I'm really happy with too. We're still not losing a whole lot of mass up top where all this crystal's at. Edges are getting rounded down really nicely, and even on this side, all the, I don't know if that's moss or what that is, but we're getting a lot of that translucence coming through there. Let's hold this up. Yeah, see that? Man, that just looks wild. That looks really, really cool. Definitely more light poking through than we had last week, so really happy to see that. Super stoked on how this one's turning out. Really, really good. Some petrified wood here. It's looking really nice. That black color's popping off really nicely. The edges are getting rounded down really well. Nice even polish all the way around. And all that white stuff that was in here from last week has gone away inside this little crack, so that's good. It's looking really nice. I'm sure after the last stage, it's really going to look cool. And this one, same thing. Nice even polish all the way around. Maybe got a little bit of grit still stuck in that cave there, but not too bad. See some of the, I don't know if it's agate or just chalcedony or quartz, little kind of filled in some of the cracks in there. But this one's turned out really, really nicely too. And then we've got this one. I'm still not sure what it is. I don't know if it is wood or... I know it's a mix of different things, but it's got some chips in it. But so far they don't look like they're wanting to break off, so hopefully they can last another week. And regardless of what this one actually is, it's definitely going to turn out to look really, really cool. So really, really happy with the way that these three have turned out so far after stage 4. Here's these chunks. I'm pretty sure that this is red Jasper. Now these are obviously off the same rock, of course. We've got our crystal on the edges staying around, and this little cavity here catches the light pretty nicely. Starting to see a lot of those really nice colors pop out after this stage 2. So super happy with that. Same thing with this one, all the different colors, even some translucence on this lighter part here. That's really, really cool. I wonder if that'll pop out in the light. No. So far these two are looking really, really nice. Super happy with that. Really interesting patterns on them too. We've got these two agates with their big cracks in them. And this flat surface here is really getting a good even shine to it. The edges are rounding down very, very nicely. We're not losing a lot of that iron coloring, so that's good. We're not getting a whole lot of polish into these pockets. I'm sure if I kept these rocks on a like a stage 1 for a month, you know, a lot of this stuff in here might get ground down, but I think it adds character to the rock and just looks pretty neat. So we might experiment with something like that in the future, but not in a big hurry to do that. We got this iron coloring patch in here and just the speckling all throughout. Thankfully hasn't lost any. And this crack seems to be holding on pretty well, so that's good. Hopefully it'll hold on for another week. And looking really nice. And this rock here, same thing. Crack doesn't appear to be getting any bigger. There's a... Ooh, I bet you we could get that thing out. Let's see if we can extract that just like that. What about that little rock in there? This is the one that we've been saying I want to get out. I'm just a little worried because I don't want to break anything. I don't know if that is a rock that's stuck in there. That might be Seems kind of more organic almost. Well, we'll leave it in there. I really don't want to break this thing. You can see these two different holes. There's actually just a small amount of material that's dividing the two of them, and I don't want to break that either if I can help it. So we'll see what it looks like after stage 5. But our flat part up here that we cut just a little bit off of is looking really, really nice as well. Still not losing that teeny little bit of iron coloring that's on this rock. So far it's looking really, really good. We've got this one here. This little cave in here looks like it's got a little extra grit, but it might just be the crystal that's in there getting ground down too. But it's looking really, really nice. And this white patch is still here, and I don't feel any noticeable difference in the surface of the rock. Rubbing my thumb over that, so I have no idea what that is, but the patterns and the colors in this thing are just wild. This one might end up being one that gets cut after it gets a full polish. But it's looking really, really neat. Yeah, that is wild. A lot of cool patterns, a lot of really neat looking stuff in there. It's a nice shape too. I mentioned this before, the last week or week before in that video, but it's a very nice shape. It feels very, very good. Other than this little pocket right here, it's almost, you know, perfectly smooth. There's no fractures or anything like that, but maybe a crack or two here and there. Really super happy with how this one's turning out. We'll highlight a few more since we kind of sped through those last few. I don't think we've looked at this one yet, but you can see some really nice fortification lines and banding right in here in this little iron pocket. It's got some kind of crusty stuff here, but otherwise some really nice iron coloring kind of all throughout. Strange little patterns on the top. Kind of a chunk of black stuff stuck underneath the surface there. There's one here, kind of all throughout this one. Let's check it in the light. And yeah, that thing just, that glows like a light bulb, man. That is so cool. A little iron on the bottom there. Really, really neat. Got another one here that I cut. We might have highlighted this one in another video, but I can't remember. But it's looking really nice. It was a lot more opaque before it got polished, so I'm glad that a lot of that translucence is starting to show. It's got a few chunks that are looking like they're wanting to flake off, but like I said, hopefully if they haven't by this point, they won't. So a few cracks in here, but again, just a really, really nice smooth surface. A nice even polish all the way around. And it just looks super cool. Really happy with how this one was turning out. Before, you couldn't hardly see any light through it. Probably should have videoed that, but looking really, really good. Another kind of carnelian looking one. It's got a little bit, maybe not quite as much iron as a carnelian would have, but a pretty decent bit, especially in this crack right here. But again, that looks like that might want to flake off. The polish is getting around this one really nicely. Got some crystal on the end there, and that cracked. That's really cool. You can kind of see it shining in the light. Really, really neat. And I'm sure this one's going to look super awesome. Yep. Really, really awesome. I love that. We've got kind of a little tower here. Haven't highlighted this one yet. Stands up on its own just like that. And it definitely has a lot of imperfections. And obviously cut it on this side, cut it on the bottom, and cut it on this side. But really looking nice. I was happy once I got into this rock after cutting off some of the junk that it's turned out to look really, really cool. Not a whole lot of light passes through it. Not as much as I would like to see, but still, you know, looks really, really cool. It would look really nice on a windowsill. I think the last one for today is going to be this kind of wild looking thing. I don't even know what you would call it, but it's got a big crystal band pretty much going all the way around right in the center. And a lot of those crystals have been ground down with the polish, obviously. But it looks really, really nice. I'm excited to see how this one's going to turn out. But all in all, everything's looking really, really good. I'm super stoked about how these are looking and how they're turning out so far. So stay tuned till next week, and we'll check out what they look like after all 5 stages are done. I'm super stoked about it, so stay tuned.